Right now, you can check the exact time in half a second, but for 99% of human history, clocks didn't exist, and somehow humans never missed a single sunrise. No phones, no watches, no alarm clocks. Yet ancient humans woke up, hunted, planted crops, and navigated entire continents with perfect timing. Here's what nobody tells you. Ancient humans didn't just guess time. They had a system so precise, it still works today. And the most shocking part, your body is still running that exact same system right now, whether you know it or not. The first clock humans ever used wasn't invented. It was already there, rising every single morning without fail. Ancient humans divided the day by tracking the sun's position in the sky with remarkable accuracy. When the sun sat low on the horizon, it meant early morning. When it sat directly overhead, it meant midday. No calculation needed. But they went further than just morning and afternoon. Ancient Egyptians divided daylight into 12 equal parts as early as 1500 BC. They used shadow clocks, a simple stick in the ground. The shadow it cast told them exactly where they stood in the day. This wasn't primitive guessing. Egyptian shadow clocks were accurate within 15 minutes. That's better than many people are at keeping appointments today. But the sun only works during the day. So what happened at night? Ancient humans didn't just stop tracking time after dark. They looked up. The night sky became the most reliable clock ever created, one that reset itself perfectly every single night. Ancient sailors navigated entire oceans using star positions alone. Polynesian navigators crossed thousands of miles of open ocean without a single instrument. They read star rise times, star angles, and constellation positions the way you read a clock on your wall. The star Sirius rising before sunrise told ancient Egyptians the Nile flood was coming, within days, every single year. Think about that. A star millions of miles away was more reliable than most modern weather forecasts. And these weren't scientists or scholars doing this. These were ordinary people, farmers, hunters, fishermen. Time wasn't something they checked. It was something they felt, read, and lived inside every single day. But the sun and stars were just the beginning. Ancient humans had something even more precise, built directly inside their own bodies. Here's a fact that will change how you think about yourself. Your body contains a biological clock accurate to within minutes every single day. Scientists call it the circadian rhythm. Ancient humans didn't have a name for it. They just lived by it naturally. This internal clock controls when you feel hungry, when you feel tired, when your body temperature rises, and when your brain sharpens. Before artificial light existed, humans woke naturally with the sunrise and grew tired naturally after sunset. No alarm needed. Studies show that humans isolated from all light sources, no phones, no electricity, naturally settle into a 24-hour sleep cycle within days. Your body already knows what time it is. Modern life just taught you to ignore it. Ancient hunters used body awareness to time hunts precisely. Animals are most active at specific times, and experienced hunters knew exactly when. Deer move at dawn and dusk. Fish feed at specific tidal times. Birds signal weather changes hours before they happen. Ancient humans read these biological patterns the way you read a calendar. It wasn't magic. It was thousands of years of observation. And here's the part that should genuinely concern you. Modern humans have almost completely disconnected from this system. Artificial light tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime at midnight. Blue screens suppress melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. The average person today goes to bed 2 to 3 hours later than their great-grandparents did just 100 years ago. Ancient humans were in perfect sync with time. Modern humans are in constant conflict with it, and that conflict has a real cost. Chronic circadian disruption is now linked to higher risks of depression, obesity, heart disease, and weakened immune function. The ancient system wasn't just about telling time, it was about staying healthy, sharp, and alive. But perhaps the most impressive time system ancient humans built wasn't inside their bodies. It was built from stone, across entire landscapes. Stonehenge in England was built roughly 5,000 years ago. Most people think of it as a mysterious religious site, but archaeologists now believe Stonehenge was primarily a precision calendar, accurate enough to track the entire solar year. On the summer solstice, the longest day of the year, the sunrise aligns perfectly with Stonehenge's central axis. Every single year, without fail. This wasn't accidental. Building this required understanding astronomy, mathematics, and time at a level that still impresses modern engineers. And Stonehenge isn't alone. Across the world, ancient civilizations built monuments that track time with extraordinary precision. The pyramids of Giza align with specific star positions. The Mayan calendar tracked astronomical cycles spanning thousands of years. Newgrange in Ireland, built 500 years before Stonehenge, has a chamber that fills with sunlight for exactly 17 minutes on the winter solstice. 17 minutes, once a year, built 5,200 years ago, without lasers, computers, or modern measuring tools. These ancient people weren't primitive. They were obsessed with understanding time in a way modern humans have almost completely abandoned. They understood that time wasn't just useful, it was survival. Plant too early, your crops freeze. Plant too late, they die before harvest. Getting time wrong didn't mean missing a meeting. It meant your entire community starving through winter. That pressure created some of the most sophisticated timekeeping systems ever developed, built by people with no formal education. The real question isn't how they did it without clocks. The real question is why we've forgotten everything they knew. Because somewhere between the invention of the clock and the invention of the smartphone, humans stopped reading time and started just watching it. But the most personal time system ancient humans ever developed had nothing to do with stones or stars. It lived inside every community. Before calendars existed, entire communities organized their lives around seasonal cycles that repeated with absolute reliability. Spring meant planting. Summer meant growth. Autumn meant harvest. Winter meant survival. Every human on Earth knew this rhythm by heart. They read nature like a book. When specific flowers bloomed, planting season began. When birds migrated south, winter was coming. The Lakota people of North America tracked the year through 13 moons, each named after what nature was doing at that exact moment. The moon of popping trees told them temperatures were dangerously cold. The moon of fat calves told them herds were ready to follow. These weren't poetic names. They were precise instructions about what to do and when to do it. Ancient farmers in Africa tracked time by watching ant behavior. Certain ant species only move in specific patterns before rain arrives. Fishermen in Polynesia knew tidal timing so precisely they could predict optimal fishing windows days in advance without any instruments. This knowledge wasn't written down in most cases. It was passed from parent to child, elder to youth, generation after generation. An experienced elder in an ancient tribe carried more practical timekeeping knowledge than most modern people will ever possess. And here's something worth sitting with. Ancient humans spent their entire lives deeply paying attention to the world around them. They had to. Inattention meant death. That level of awareness, sharpened senses modern humans rarely use anymore. Today, most people cannot name the current moon phase, identify 3 local bird species, or predict tomorrow's weather from the sky. Skills that every ancient child learned before age 10 have almost completely vanished from modern human knowledge. So here is the full picture. Ancient humans tracked time through the sun, the stars, their own bodies, massive stone monuments, seasonal cycles, and nature itself. They didn't have clocks, but they were never lost in time. They were deeply synchronized with it in ways modern humans have almost entirely forgotten. The clock was supposed to make time easier to manage, and in many ways it did, but it also created something ancient humans never experienced: time anxiety. The constant feeling that you're running out of time, behind schedule, or wasting your life. Ancient humans didn't watch the clock. They lived inside natural rhythms that felt purposeful, predictable, and human. And the evidence suggests they were, on average, less anxious about time than most modern people who can check the exact second on 5 different devices. The tools changed everything, but the human need to feel connected to time, to nature, and to a larger rhythm, that never changed at all. Your body still carries that ancient clock. The question is whether modern life is letting it run properly. Because the most advanced timekeeping device ever created isn't on your wrist or in your pocket. It's been inside you the entire time.